Hey, yo, man, this the podcast with soul.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
Yeah.
Astigmatism.
John, what's up?
Astigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Astigmatism in my soul.
Okay. You got it, man?
Do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
You sure?
Put your mind to it. Do anything.
But what if it's hard, though, man?
If it's hard, it's gonna be hard. If it's easy, it's gonna be easy. It's all about what you think.
Okay. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? I'm trying to get myself together here. I want to apologize. Stizzy, what up, man? I see you. I went live before about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and then I got an important phone call, so I had to come off and come back, man. So we here, and we gonna do the thing, man. So what's going on? Hit that like button when you come in. Jamil, what up? I see you. My eye, man, if y'all can see my eye, for those of y'all that's watching me on YouTube, you can see my eye. There's a blood vessel that broke in my eye, man. I scratched my eye yesterday. I was getting some breaks. Hold on, I forgot my coffee. Hold on. I'm going to tell you the story when I come right back. Stay right there. Hold on. Here I go. You there? All right, man. Sorry about that. But I can't do my show without no coffee. But anyway, I was at the spot getting my brakes changed, and I rubbed my eye. My eye was itching. I rubbed it. Then it felt a little sore. Then I didn't think nothing of it. And then a couple hours later, I was with little Sean. He said, "Dad, what's wrong with your eye?" And I looked in the mirror and my blood vessel was broke. So y'all see that right there. But that ain't nothing, man. We can still see. Don't stop nothing. We still moving. All right, so listen. Just chill for a minute. The phone number is up on the screen. Just chill for a minute. I'm going to open up the phone lines, but just let me do my thing first. And then if anybody wants to call in and add on to the discussion, you can. Let me see what's up, man. I had to text this guy. Dudes be taking my content. Sorry about that, y'all. So I hold on, y'all. So That's what it is, man. They take my content off the YouTube channel, they post it up on the Instagram. They never ask for permission. They don't tag me in it. And you know, I don't like that, man. I mean, y'all know how I get down. If you want to use my stuff, fine. Just call me and ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I may ask you to send me some money. I may not. I may say just go ahead and do your thing. Just make sure you you tag me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we here. You can hear me now. I'm on podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify Podcast, and Anchor Podcast, man. So that's what happened to my eye, man. So if you see my eye a little messed up, but it's all right. We'll get better then. I think this is like the second time it didn't happen in my life where I've done this. Let me see what my man's saying. Um, Let me hit my man with this joint right here. Tell the world. So listen, man, we're gonna talk about this today, man. I wanna talk about this. I want to talk about this, man, because you know everybody nowadays is calling themselves king, or they're calling when they greet another man, they call them king. They meet up with their homeboy, peace king, or even with a stranger, peace king, right? And I get it. I understand the psychological priming or the positivity surrounding that world and that word and greeting somebody in that fashion, right? I get it, right? I get it. But don't you think that to me, I think if I'm gonna allow somebody to call me king, or if I'm gonna call another man king or greet another man as king, that I or whomever I'm greeting needs to exemplify and embody the traits associated with being a king or kingship. This is just my opinion, man. And you tell me what you think. Because you know me, man, I'm all about authenticity, man. I'm all about integrity. I'm all about calling a spade and saying what it is. And I see, this word has become like another thing. See, what happens so often in a falsified world, what happens so often in a plastic world, what happens so often in a world that lacks integrity, what happens so often in a world where strict personal honesty has been put in the back of the bus and being fake is allowed to drive the bus, right? It becomes okay and permissible for us to say anything and claim ourselves as anything or do anything without ever really deep down exhibiting any type of traits, qualities, or attributes relative to what we calling ourselves. And I'm talking to everybody, man. I'm talking to everybody. Mainly to the youth, to the young dudes in their 20s, man. Everybody calling themselves king, but don't exemplify kingship. Now let's examine the word king. Let's get the dictionary out. Let's examine the word king. We're going to look up, I got my Webster's New World College Dictionary. We're going to look up the word king, and then we're going to come off the top of the dome with our own definition of king. And then we're going to drill down, okay, king, I came right to it, king. King. A male ruler of a nation or state, usually called the kingdom, male sovereign, limited or absolute. 2, a man who is supreme or highly successful in some field, something supreme in its class. Number 3, a playing card with a conventionalized picture of a king on it. Then it starts talking about chess and checkers. But I think the first two are the ones that really get it. A male ruler of a nation or state, usually called the kingdom, a male sovereign, limited or absolute monarch, a man who is supreme or highly successful in some field, something supreme in its class. All right, so that's the dictionary definition of king. And in that description, one has to appear kingly. He has to visibly appear kingly. This is my opinion. He has to behave kingly. He has to carry himself kingly. He has to walk kingly, talk kingly, but more importantly, and I think most importantly, he has to think kingly, and his mental game has to be kingly. His inner life, his inner vision, his inner thoughts have to be kingly, so that this way his outer world will be kingly to the rest of the world. As it talks about in the Kabbalion, in the second principle, the 7 Hermetic principles, correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. You cannot get away from that law. That's a universal law. Whatever is inside of you will exhibit itself from an exterior standpoint. Whatever's reflective inside of you will show itself to the world. If your house is junky, your apartment is messy and dirty, that's because your inner world, your inner thoughts, your inner life is messy and dirty. If your mind is well organized and together and tight, your external world will be appearing to the rest of the world as organized, tight, sharp, as above, so below. So See, in this fake world, these terms are allowed to be thrown around loosely, right? Ain't nobody checking for any type of adherence to a code of ethics. These words are tossed around loosely. That's why they don't really mean nothing. It's just some super fly talk, some slang talk for when you hanging out with your niggas or you meet somebody. Peace, King. What up, King? Peace, God. What up? Yeah. But the individual, in a lot of cases, who's leading out with that salutation, don't possess no type of kingly qualities, don't possess no type of godlike qualities, doesn't have any of those kingly or godlike attributes, doesn't practice none of that. And the dude he's saying it to, the same shoe fits, the same thing holds true. My man don't possess no type of kingly attributes. But because it's become the phrase of the month, because it's become the phrase of the week, because it's become the phrase of the year, and want to be cool and want to be down, we walk around saying this thing, and I don't. Because we just looked up the definition of the word king. We just looked up the definition of the word king. A male ruler of a nation or state, usually called the kingdom. A male sovereign, limited or absolute, monarch. A man who is supreme or highly successful in some field. So let's bring it down to the micro level, right? So we all can't own a nation. We all can't rule a nation, right? It's 8 billion people. You figure half of the people are male, half female, probably a little more females than males. So you can't have 2.5 billion kingdoms, right? But let's drill it down on the micro level and just say that our kingdom is our world, is our mind, right? Is our apartment. That's my kingdom. Your studio apartment is your kingdom. Your 2 or 3 bedroom house is your kingdom. Your children and your sons and your daughters, that's your kingdom. Your lady or your wife, that's your kingdom. Let's look at it from that perspective to make it even easier, right? To bring it into real world context. If you living with your mother, you cannot be greeted as a king. The definition is clear. The definition is clear. A male ruler of a nation or state, usually called the kingdom, a male sovereign. Sovereign means that you own yourself, right? Sovereign. Sovereign. Right to self-government. Isn't that what sovereign means? See, my eye's still itching. You see, this the other one. Sovereign. Let's look up sovereign. Come on. I'm a scholar. Sovereign. A male sovereign. I think sovereign means autonomous state, right to self-government, right? Sovereign. Here we go. Above or superior to all others. Chief, greatest, supreme. Supreme in power, rank, or authority. Of or holding the position of ruler, royal, reigning. Independent of all others. Excellent, outstanding, very effectual as a cure or remedy. A person who possesses sovereign authority or power. Monarch, ruler. Sovereignty, the state or quality of being sovereign, the status, dominion, rule, or power of a sovereign. Supreme and independent political authority, sovereign state or governmental unit. So, like, some of y'all, Y'all can't be no kings, man. You not entitled to be called the king. You haven't achieved or attained, and you don't exemplify kingly qualities. If you unemployed and you're capable of being employed, you're perfectly healthy, you're perfectly able, but you choosing to be unemployed, you can't be no king. If you living at home with your mother and your family and you ain't contributing nothing to the household, you can't be considered a king. If somebody is taking care of you, you can't be considered a king, according to the definitions that we just read right here in this dictionary. Now let's look at the king in terms of a king is independent. A king is self-reliant. Let's look at the king in terms of what we think of an animal. The king of the jungle is the lion, the male lion. There's nothing, I haven't seen anything that exemplifies more. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, was a personification, an outright reflection, the embodiment of kingship. Check me out. Check me out. Muhammad Ali, the boxer, Cassius Clay, born in Louisville, Kentucky, changed his name to Muhammad Ali, personifies kingly look, kingly talk, kingly actions, kingly attitude, kingly thoughts, the ultimate personification of what king. And I think next in line would have to be watching these male lions on these YouTube channels, when you see these male lions walking around and moving around in their domain and in their pride. You look at some of these male lions, man, and they don't even look at the camera, the people. They don't care nothing about the cars. They don't care nothing about nothing that's going on around them. And their gait and their walk and their behavior is all kingly. They not living off the lionesses. They protecting the lionesses. They not living off their kids. They protecting their kids. They not living off no government. They not looking for unemployment. They not on Section 8 or none of that. They out doing for self. So I'm not with the fake shit, man. I'm just not with it, man. I'm just not with it, man. I've been through too much. I've been through too much I've been through too much reality to compromise my truth just to do what everyone in society is doing, man. No, no, no. I've been through too much. A lot of y'all are not kings. A lot of y'all are not fit to be called a king. A lot of y'all are not fit to call your homeboys kings. And I get it. I get it. Somebody's gonna say, well, we just wanted to stop calling each other, addressing each other as niggas, yo nigga. I get that part. I don't agree because I don't see anything derogatory, defamatory, or negative about the word nigga. Not me. Because I'm one. That's right. I'm a nigga. And I'm a bad motherfucker. And I embody and exemplify the traits and the attributes of a king. 100%. Because I don't allow your definition of what you think it is apply to me. I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't care what society thinks that means or says. It got nothing to do. It's what I think. I control my narrative. I control my self-perception. I'm gonna die by myself one day. You ain't gonna be there. And when it's my turn to go, you ain't gonna say, yo, Sean, hold up, man. I'll die for you, man. You stay here. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. First law of nature is self-preservation. First law of nature. Share this link, man. I need 50 likes, man. Make sure you share with your close circle that my podcast is now on Spotify and Google Podcasts. So let's stop being corny. Let's stop being whack. And let's reserve the salutation and the greeting of the calling somebody a king to somebody who's truly exemplifying that. And stop calling everybody king just to win acceptance from them. If you live in a rooming house, you got evicted from your apartment, you just came home from jail, from prison, and you in a halfway house, and then you move out of there to get you a room or a studio, and you working at Chipotle, making chicken bowls and burritos, but you paying your rent, and that lease in that studio apartment for $400 a month, and you paying your own cell phone, and you catching the bus to work, and you taking your paycheck, and you paying your studio apartment rent and your cell phone bill, and you only got enough room in your studio apartment for a twin size bed, but you doing it on your own, you standing on your own square, you a king. Because you are the ruler of your immediate state, your immediate nation, your immediate world, your immediate universe. Your immediate universe, state, and world is this studio apartment. The keys that go into the doorknob, the gallon of milk that's in the refrigerator with the bottle of water and the loaf of bread on the top and some bananas on the table. And you got one roll of toilet paper in there. You got one paper towel. You only got 2 towels, 1 bath cloth. You got about 4 bars of soap before you have to go and buy another one. But this is your world. You got a little TV in there, right? And you got your Wi-Fi in there with your phone. You are the king of that nation. And you working at Chipotle, making $15 an hour, and you catch the bus to work, but yet you are a king of your nation. Let's contrast that scenario with you got a brand new Lexus, BMW, Mercedes, Audi. Top of the line. You got on $200, $300 sneakers. You wear $400 jeans, $100 t-shirts. You got the latest iPhone. And you live at home with mommy. You are not a king. You are a child. There's no way you can call yourself a king because you are not the Lord or the sovereign of your nation. Because you live with your mother. That's her queenship. So you really out of place. You're out of order. You're out of order. You live under a queenship and you're being supported and taken care of. If somebody addresses you as "What's up, king?" you supposed to straighten it out from the door and uphold your integrity and say, "Man, you can't call me a king, man. I live with my mother." Get him, Sean. Yeah. Get him, Sean. Sean, what's up? Hey, yo, man, this the podcast with Soul. In any animal family, when the dominant male mates with the females, plural, females, no animal species, no mammal on land, no fish in the sea, no bird or fowl in the sky is the male species ever without more than one female. When he mates with the females and has offspring, has kids, and he has male children, he allows them to stay, but only to a certain point. And once they get big enough, once he determines that his kingship can be threatened, he drives the male children out of the pack. His own male children. Essentially and effectively letting them know, look, nigga, this my kingship. This is me. I know you, my son, but you got to go do that over there. You got to go be a king over there. Because me and you, we not going to be able to get along. Because all these lionesses here is mine. And it can't be two kings in a kingdom. I'll holler at you later. So this is where I'm coming from. I ain't with it. You ain't working. You ain't got no job. You don't want to work. You rob. You steal. You lazy. You lethargic. You got no zest for life. You're not industrious. You live with your mother. Ain't no motherfucking way in the world anybody could call you a king. And it really be that. Yeah, fakeness is the order of the day. Huh? Plastic is the order of the day. Steel and iron has been relegated to the back of the bus. It's okay to be plastic in 2022. So when the heat gets turned up on you, you melt. Vis-a-vis, as opposed to when heat gets turned up on steel and iron, all it does is get hotter. So I wanted to talk about this. This was on my mind. And I'm going to open up the phone line now. The phone line is open. If you want to call, I blocked it. You can't call me from no private number because I had some stalker that was calling me from a private number, one of my top fans. So I stopped letting private numbers call in. If you want to call in and add on to this discussion, call in. The phone number's on the screen, 862-333-6878. And please keep it on the topic, man. And what we're talking about is everybody calling themselves king, but don't exemplify kingship. And we're talking alpha male here. So Carmichael is in the building, man. I need y'all to check my man Carmichael out. A king. And I'm going to have him, he's been on the show before. So that's what I wanted to talk about, man. And I'm just sick of this shit, man, because we giving the youth the wrong message, man. You know, real kings protect their women and real kings protect their children. And they pass down information to the kids. And I know that's not the order of the day. The order of the day today is let me get mine. Let me get mine. Fuck everybody else. Just let me get mine. Kingship. Sovereign of your own world, your own nation. I came home from prison at the age of 47, homeless, on my nuts, on my back, living in a friend of mine's basement. Couldn't get a job, couldn't get hired nowhere. That was in January of 2016. I've been home 6 years now. January 22nd made 6 years. And I've gone from homelessness to where I am now. And I'm 53. A lot of y'all are 23. I came out of prison at 27, at 47. A lot of y'all are 27. I got you by 20 joints, 20 calendars, 20 bullets. I went to prison at 45. Some of y'all are 25. You're 25, you're 23, you're 27, and you can't get it together. And you living in a world of blame. Oh, this right here happened to me, or this right there happened to me. That, who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. That don't even matter. That's in the past. That's gone. What are you gonna do today in your life while you're in your 20s, while you're at your physical peak or ascending to your physical peak? Because I think you really don't reach your true prime until probably your late 20s, early 30s is what you really, but what are you doing with all of this youth to help yourself? You become comfortable with your mother's titty in your mouth. And she ain't gonna never remove it because she don't know how. Because she's a woman. That's what women do. Women, they love their sons to the point that they destroy them. Mothers love their sons to the point that they destroy their male children And they think in their feminine minds that they love them, but they're loving them to destruction. A father is not going to do for his son what the mother will do for her son. The father ain't going to do that. It's certain shit he not going to have. It's certain things he just ain't going to tolerate. It's certain things he just ain't going to be with. You fall down and you get your knee skin up off your bike or whatever, he going to tell you, and you bleeding on your knee or your elbow, your arm, or your hand, he going to tell you, spit on it, suck the blood out. Put some spit on it and get back out there. Go keep playing. Go ride, get back on there again, ride it again. Mommy's going to say, ooh, my baby got a boo-boo. Come here, I got a Band-Aid for you. Let me put some peroxide on it and some Mercurochrome. And let me, ooh, why don't you come in the house? I'll make you something to eat. Certain thing real fathers ain't going to have. They not going to do that part. He say, come here, let me see it. Oh, yeah, it's bleeding a little bit. Yeah, it's a little blood there. Wipe it off with your shirt. Go in the house and run some water on it. Come on back out here. Spit on it. And he going to make him go right back out there and keep playing because he wants to instill in him that little bump and fall, that's small potatoes for what, you only 6 years old now, that's small potatoes to that bump and fall you're going to experience when you get 36. Yeah. Show him what's up.
Stigmatism, man.
King. Peace, King. What up, King? Then everybody got the fake YouTube profile name with King in it. They got the fake Instagram page profile name with King in it. Never their real name, because they live in secrecy. They cloak their truth and their reality because they don't like themselves. So let me present a false image to the world to make you think I'm something that I'm not. Because for if you really knew me, I think you wouldn't like me because I can't stand me. Yeah. So let me continue to be fake. And I can fit in with a large part of society where fakeness and lies and deceit and inveigle and obfuscation is the order of the day. Y'all got to check with me, man. Get your dictionary out, man. You see me, man. Listen, man, you see me, man. I'm a scholar, man. I got a tremendous vocabulary, man. Tremendous. I love my vocabulary. I like when I get with a honey and I start talking, I drop a few big lines on her, boy. She be, man, she be looking at me like, oh my God. Be like, yeah, I'm getting some of that later. What color panties you got on? Yeah. Phone line is open, man. 862-333-6878. Call in if you want to add on to the discussion. We're talking about everybody in society, especially in the younger, all generations, calling each other kings. But a lot of times the person that's doing the greeting and the person being greeted, neither one of them embody anything kingly about them. Y'all make sure y'all check me out on Spotify, man. Make sure y'all go follow me on Spotify, man. I'll get my Spotify numbers up. Follow me on Google Podcasts. And I'm going to put this episode on Spotify so you can tell somebody, say, listen, Sean G did a dope episode today. It's going to be on Spotify, Google, and it's on his YouTube channel. The podcast was sold. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Y'all follow me on Instagram. My IG is at the top of the page at Gunby Publishing. Make sure you follow me over there. Come on, man. Where the phone? Y'all not gonna call, man? Come on, man. Y'all not gonna call, man. This episode is gonna be on Spotify and Google Podcasts, man. It's gonna be on here, man. You get a chance to. You call in, you can promote whatever you want to promote, man. But add on to the discussion, man. What's your position? International call. What's up? This is the podcast with Soul. Who's calling?
Hello, what's up, Sean G? How you doing? This is a fan from England.
What's going on, man? What's your name?
Oh, so I'm gonna hide my name because I'm a bit shy on this occasion.
Okay.
I'm gonna say some real stuff. Though. I'm gonna say some real stuff.
All right. Let me ask you this: are you in the live chat?
Yeah, I'm in the live chat. I've been a fan for a very long time.
Thank you, man. What's your handle in the live chat? What's your name in the live chat?
Oh, okay. Nah, you know what? This time I'm not gonna say my handle because I want to explain something.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna be quiet. Let's stay on the topic. Everybody calling themselves king, but don't exemplify kingship. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, so I was saying, when it comes to living at home with your mother, you know, there's different cultures out there because some people, you know, in certain cultures, they live home with their mothers until they get married. There's different cultures. And also, you know, in certain countries in Europe, it's very expensive to buy houses. So you might choose to live with your mom until you save enough to have a down payment for a property. But yeah, I understand, like, when you live with your mother and you're like late 20s, going on to 30, things can be a bit different. You know, it can be a bit difficult. That's the situation I'm in, actually. Let's say I'm in my late 20s, you know, at the moment I have enough to buy a house, but it's still like, okay, I'm trying to find a house in a good location, you know. I'm paying the rent for the property we live in, okay? I take care of my mom. I pay for the whole rent. She doesn't have to pay anything. So it's not like she's taking care of me, but it's her house. So it's her house, okay? But yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I just wanted to, like, get your point of view in that, you know, how, like, some cultures, you know, the man will stay in the house until he gets married. And they might even bring the wife in the house. And also, in some places, like if you live in New York and it's really expensive to buy a house, do you recommend people go and rent in a really expensive place, or do you recommend they save and own a property? What do you think about that?
Hey, man, thank you for calling in. I'm gonna address that, man. Thank you for following, and I appreciate you calling in. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from England. I'm African, though. All right, you know what? I'm gonna say my name, Sean G. It's Madu Drame.
Modu, what up, man?
Hey, what's up, Sean?
So you living in England? You living in England?
Yeah, I'm living in England. I'm stacking up. You know, to be honest, Sean, I'm doing well. You know, I've got a good job. I'm stacking up. I travel once in a while.
And your background,
at the moment, I'm in a position.
Your background is you're African?
Yeah, I'm African background. Yeah.
What country?
The Gambia.
Shout out to the Gambia, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Modu Drummer, man, I know I've been watching you. I've been seeing you in the comment section for a long time, man, and I appreciate you bought merch from me too, right?
I haven't yet, but I will do, man. I always tip and stuff. I always send you tips and stuff, but I need to get a T-shirt, man. I'm going to be rocking it this summer.
Oh, okay, cool. Modu Drummer, man, appreciate you calling in, man, and I'm going to get on what you just said, man.
All right. Thanks, Sean. All right, man. All the best. Thank you. Bye.
The podcast with Soul, Sean G. What's up?
What's good, Sean G? Long time follower. My name is John.
Yo, John, what up, man? You on the live?
Yeah, I'm on the live.
You want to add something to the conversation?
Yes, sir. I feel like as men, we always in our genetics needed to conquer. You know, felt the need to conquer. Before it was land, conquering land, but nowadays it's conquering money or future, and also building your own kingdom. What I realized is that a lot of dudes nowadays, even older than me, they don't even want to pass down a kingdom onto the future generation, which is their kids. They're like 40 years old, 50 years old, playing video games all day, not even trying to look for like a queen, for example, or not even the option to pass down their last name to their kids is not even into question. And that last name has been carried on for like generations and years, and they don't even see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got a last name. You're gonna be the third, the fourth, whatever king you is. You know what I mean? And in order to pass that down, you got to have the mindset to conquer.
Hey, John, where you calling from? Hawaii, man?
I moved from Hawaii, but now I'm in Cali.
Shout out to Cali. John, how old are you, man?
I'm currently 23.
23. Okay, cool. All right. Anything else?
I just want to say, like, respect to all the fathers out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that went through whatever they had to go through to get where they at. You know, for their son. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like the apprentice. I feel like the apprentice of my father. You know what I mean? Whatever hardships he went through to get to be an example. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect all of that, and I see it more as a drive for me to, finish his conquest. You know what I'm trying to say?
I got you. Carmichael, I saw you when we get off. Carmichael, call back. That's what's up, John. Hey, John, man, let me tell you, thank you for following the channel, man, and make sure you follow me on Spotify, all the Google podcasts. I'm over there too, man, and thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be over there. Spotify's where's that? You'll follow the dude.
Appreciate you, John. Peace.
Later.
All right. Johnny DeLuska.
John DeLuska, you already know the vibe.
What up, man? What up? Yeah, man, it's the podcast with Soul, man. You live on air. You want to add on to the conversation?
Absolutely. So with all these labels, Kings, and for Kings, I feel that's not a label that you give yourself. You like, that's something that you got to earn. That's number one.
John, how old are you, man? How old are you?
28.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that's a label that you have to earn. You have to demonstrate the ability to take care of more than two people for you to be a king. If you're only taking care of yourself, then you can't really call yourself a king. And on a final note, I believe that the responsibility of kingship, not a lot of people can handle that. There's a lot of stress that comes with that position. It's a lot of maintenance, constant maintenance. And sometimes people will feel like they will live a better life being a bishop because they don't have to deal with that constant responsibility of taking care of so many other things. And you are the person that everyone comes to. So that's what I feel about kingship.
Hey, yo, Johnny, man. Hey, man, I need y'all to check my man Johnny out. Johnny, that was a dope add-on to the conversation. I see all y'all calling in. Just give me a minute. Johnny, you want to pump your Instagram? You want to promote anything while you're on the show?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't do social media. I'm not selling anything. So I feel like
where you from?
Is going to be, Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush.
Man, shout out to Brooklyn, man.
Yeah.
So what you were saying about social media, you feel like it's going to be what now?
Nah, I feel like that's a self-sabotaging activity if I'm not selling a product or a service. So my attention will serve best if I focus on something else rather than just being a full-time consumer. I don't want to do that.
My man. Hey, Johnny, man, thank you for coming on the show. Please share this video, man, and follow me on Spotify, man. Appreciate you, kid.
You already.
Peace. Yo, let me see who this is. Podcast with Soul, Sean G.
Oh, peace, man. With the dopest podcast in the universe.
My man. What's your name, kid? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is Carlos from Jamaica, Queens. I wanted to say salute to you and your son on all of the great vibes you're giving.
Thank you, Carlos.
And salute, King. And that is a title that you give. The last caller did say that's something that someone calls you, not something that you call yourself.
So he said something that you earned.
I have a different opinion on that title of royalty, but it's good to respect each other with kingship and queenship, and that is an act of love. However, in this time, in these past 2 years, I do have a new thought that we must connect with the spirit and the soul. Stigmatism in my soul.
Carlos, I appreciate this. Carlos, Carlos Villa, you bought a shirt. You bought a shirt for me last week, right?
I bought a dope Scully. I gave it to Mama Dukes. I want to get some more gear to represent when I'm out there in the cold, getting my good money, my big money.
Yeah. Hey, Carlos.
Now, one thing I did want to just add on, and this is from my understanding, is I call each other supreme beings in the connection to be a supreme being connected, not with royalty, none of those labels. And then again, even calling myself a supreme being is a label in itself too. But the connection of the spirit is real big for me. And being connected to all spirits in the universe is something really important, because the elders taught me at various bar parks that you must always hold the divine connection.
What's your background, Carlos?
Born in New York City, Jamaica, Queens, and I'm Ecuadorian.
Shout out to Ecuador.
So my family came here in the late 50s and 60s to Harlem and to Queens.
Okay. Carlos, why do you feel you need to be connected to the spirit? Why is that important to you?
Well, to me, I give my love and blessings and gratitude to the higher self of the higher being, God. And within every cell, 3 billion cells I have internally, they're all connected to the universe in a way that's incredible. We're electric magnetic beings, being supreme, but we forgot that. I grew up with the Supreme Team influence of the 80s, and you already know. Federales already know. So the unfortunate thing that we were taught is that we love ourselves from the 5% nation too. The gods in the earth told us our power, from the original man. We were separated from that a long, long time ago. But from the roots of South America, from Africa, from the whole beginning of it all, we were connected to the spirit. That's why we use the roots to heal. And we also did movement like Qi-ology and what do they call that? Qigong from the Asian side to heal our body. And after these 2 years, I reconnected with that and deprogrammed with the other and started connecting with my spirit and make sure my son and all around me understand that.
Carlos, man, this was a dope call in, man. Thank you for buying that Scully and supporting my platform and watching the videos and subscribing, man, and check me out on Spotify, man. And thanks for calling in, kid.
Respect, man. I'm going to get that burpee money. Thank you so much for everything you do, brother.
Peace.
Love.
Peace. I got to call Carmichael back. Modu, I'm going to get with you, man. I didn't forget about you. I'm going to address your joint. Carmichael. Hold on. Hold on. Carmichael, you there? I messed that up, y'all. Let me try to call him back. He was calling in while the other guys were on the phone.
Yeah, what's up, Don?
Carmichael, go ahead, man.
Yes, sir. Well, basically, my insight on what defines kingship, what makes a man a king, is his ability to basically have progress in his life, measure progress. It's about his accomplishments and what he leaves for others to follow. Kingship is really defined through true leadership. And the only way to be a true leader, you got to have something of accomplishment or something for people to follow and to build upon. So we got to think ourselves, when you're talking about a man calls himself a king, he's basically saying that my accomplishment is an example or a pathway in which we can follow and take example of or take solace and leadership with. Kingship is also defined through being brave and having a plan, especially in modern society.
we quick to throw out that word king, king, king. Then you look at your credentials, you got nothing accomplished, you got no progress in your life, but you're a king. And a king, it's like, look, that's leadership. You're talking about leadership position, whether it's with you got kids, you don't, you're leading yourself, you're leading your environment, you're a master of your environment. So, standing in this position in life, man, to me, kingship is all about progress and having a plan and navigating that plan and setting that plan a path for others to follow or to look at it as an example to which they can see tangible results. If you're not talking any along those lines, you're really kind of just throwing out a title that's empty and you're not really putting that into real fruition. That's kind of really where I view kingship and where this term has been thrown out, in social media and YouTube just freely without really understanding what that actually means.
Yo, Carmichael, how old are you? Where you calling from, man?
Man, I'm calling out of Chicago. I'm 43 years old, man. And, I've been through a lot, seen a lot. And to me, when it comes to being a king, that's when you got something to say and you got something in the background and some progress to prove, receipts to prove, your actions and your words that all marry together, you're a king. You're a king. That's what defines what kingship is really all about.
My man. Carmichael, I'm going to holler at you later on, kid. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, man. Peace, man. Peace.
Wow. The energy of this conversation just done got super deep. Shout out to my man. Shout out to everybody that called in. Modu, Drame, John from Hawaii and Cali, Johnny from Brooklyn, Carlos from Jamaica, Queens, and my man Carmichael from Chicago. Modu Drame called in, African background from the Gambia. Shout out to the Gambia. Living in England. Modu, and he brought up the reality that in a lot of cultures, it's acceptable, it's tradition, and it's custom that the kids stay at home until they get married. Let me qualify and say that I'm ignorant to the majority of the cultures of the world because there's thousands of them and their traditions and traits. And I don't mean to shoot somebody's tradition or their customs in the head and say, oh, it's wrong and this and that. I don't want to be that self-righteous. But let me say this about me. I'm born in the United States of America. I'm born in the USA, like Bruce Springsteen say, I'm born in the USA. I'm American raised, American born. And this is an entirely different culture, traditions than the majority of the world. So obviously I'm shaping this discussion based upon my experience. But at the end of the day, deleting traditions, customs, or whatever the case may be, when you get rid of all of that, and let's just assume that there was one universal language, one universal custom, one universal tradition. At the end of the day, a man got to be a man. And ain't no other way around it. You got to be a man amongst men. If you're looking for any type of justification from me, you ain't gonna get it. And it don't mean you wrong. And it don't mean I'm right. It just means that this is just how I was raised. That's pretty much it, you know. And as far as Johnny was saying, a lot of the older dudes don't want to pass down any type of kingdoms to their offspring, even to their male children. You know, that older dude, you find older dudes in their 40s and 50s still playing video games. I mean, I don't have no video games. Little Sean plays video games. He's got a Switch, he plays Fortnite, and he plays Roblox. He's 10 years old. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Me at 53, me at 43, me at 33. In my opinion, I ain't got no business playing no type of games, especially with the seriousness of the times that we living in. All of my energy and all of my attention and all of my focus needs to be on my arena, my state, my nation, my universe, my world, which consists of this 2-bedroom apartment in Little Sean. This is my nation. Now, Modu, I need my own space. And I heard you keep saying to buy a house, I don't need to buy a house right out. I can go rent. You understand? I can go rent me a room, right? And learn to wash my own clothes and learn to go to the supermarket for myself and learn to go to sleep on my own and wake up on my own. I can walk around in my studio apartment butt naked. I could bring girls over at any time of night and we can walk around in my apartment butt naked, me and my ladies, whatever. I can't do that if I'm living with my mother. I'm restricted. This is me. You understand? This is me. This is how I was raised. This is how I think. So it's interesting. It's interesting. This has been a dope live. I appreciate everybody calling in. You know, just for me, my son, Little Sean, is 11. He'll be 11 in May. And my mental framework at this point is he ain't got to go to college. If he don't want to go, he ain't got to go. You don't got to go to college to be successful. He can get rich without going to college. He can make a living to feed himself without going to college. But once he turns 18, 19, I can see myself saying, look, man, I got a security deposit and the first 2-3 months rent for you. This is your apartment. and telling them, I'll rap to you later on. That's what I see. Because he'll have everything, I will have given him everything inside of me. I won't worry whether he'll fold or won't make it. I know he will, because I will have invested all of me in him. And that is what I envision. That's what I envision. Him having his own spot and having his own job, his own source of income. And me and him still being super fly, me and him still spending time with each other. But when we get finished kicking it and laughing and talking, I'm going home to my crib in my kingdom, and he gonna go home to his crib in his kingdom. And when he hit potholes or he run into brick walls or he crash and burn, I'm gonna be there. That's what I envision. I think a lot of dudes, and if I would have never left Jersey, if my mother don't put me in Morris Brown, I was 18 years old. She took me from Jersey to Atlanta and put me in college and dropped me off. She gave me $400 and told me, I'll see you later. Up to that point, I was a straight up mama's boy, 100%. I couldn't do nothing on my own. I didn't know anything but to just fuck up my life. That's all I knew. Stay on probation, get chased by cops, and smoke weed, get high. That's all I knew. And what she essentially did was she took her own titty out of my mouth. She still supported me financially while I was in college, 100%. I was full-time, but I caddied at the golf course. I worked at Burger King. I parked cars. But just being on my own, it just brought a different level of responsibility and confidence, man. And a lot of dudes, they got their mother's titty all the way in their mouth, man. And these are grown men. Some of them got gray hairs on their face. They got beards with gray hair in them. And they can't do nothing. So I'm done. I'm done, man. I'm done. Anybody else? Modu Drama, man, I see you, man. Shout out to Modu, man. Shout out to everybody in England. Shout out to everybody in the Gambia. Let's be men. Let's be men. Let's be men, man. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share this video, and I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
Hey, yo, man, this the podcast with soul. Yeah. Yo, my man Canby, man. See, Canby, let me tell y'all something about Canby 183, man. Canby 183 be in the back, in the bushes, man. He don't never comment. He just be in the back taking it all in. And as soon as I get ready to bounce, he jump out there with a super chat, man. He do it all the time. Shout out to Canby 183, to the real kings. Canby says, to the real kings, salute. Canby, appreciate you, homeboy. Yeah.